Welcome to Lending Forward, a podcast where we're lending every bit of what we know to our listeners. From real conversations and lessons learned deep within the industry to education and forward thinking. Together, we're lending forward. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our channels and connect with us on www.atlanticbay.com. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, LLC, NMLS number 72043, NMLSconsumeraccess.org is an equal opportunity lender located at 600 Lynn Haven Parkway, Suite 203, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23452.
Welcome to another episode of Lending Forward. I'm your host, Taylor Ellard, and joining us today is our one and only Cody Fox, a mortgage banker here at Atlantic Bay. Welcome, Cody.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's good to see you. I'm excited to do this and have this conversation. I think it's going to be impactful and helpful for all. So let's dive in. All right, Cody, tell us where you are, how you got into the mortgage business. Tell me all the things.
Yeah, so I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. I have been in the mortgage industry for about 12 years now. It started as right after the whole crash. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, what a time.
They needed somebody for more of a back office to help out with the title orders so jumped in and the refinance boom there and moved up to junior mortgage banker with in the banking world, and now here at Atlantic Bay.
Wow, I love it. Well, that's exciting. I think not everybody is like, oh, I want to be a mortgage banker, and people just kind of fall into it. And so I think right now it's such an interesting time. So walk us through how you've handled like the ebbs and flows of the business.
Yeah, it's just knowing that they're coming more than anything, expecting that we're going to have the slower times, the higher interest rates, how much can you cut out of this?
I know. No, you're good. The slower times. I think it's right now what people need to be doing is focusing on their processes, because we will see the tailwind of what's happening right now. And that is with rates potentially dropping. And so what will that look like on the other side of this?
Yeah, when rates do drop, like you said, having those processes in place and in the slow time, then you're going to have that perfected. You're going to have a well-oiled machine so that everybody that you do work with will. It's a smooth process throughout.
Yeah, and it feels good on the client side. Well, speaking of the client side, tell us, you really leaned into social media. What was the driving factor there?
Setting yourself apart. A lot of people have taken, well, not even a lot of people. You see the ones that have done it, you see over and over again. And it's just keeping my name out there, my face out there, and being informative and entertaining sometimes too, in doing it. So it's been fun though. So it's a enjoyable part of the job, but still something that's informative.
I love it. And I do think being top of mind is everything. So the fact that you show up. So for mortgage bankers out there that are thinking, I think I should get into it. I don't know what that looks like. I'm scared to put myself out there. Where do I begin? I think one of the biggest qualms that I hear is I don't have the time, right? Like I don't know when I'll do it. I don't have the time, or I don't have the drive to want to do it. How did you kind of start? Mm-hmm. Where did you start? So was that time blocking? Was it just a willy-nilly? Talk us through that.
Yeah, it's just like the processes. It's going to take some time but once you get that process down, it's going to be easier over time. It's just do it. And don't scroll back to some of my early ones by any means. They're a mess, but
start somewhere.
Exactly. It was a learning experience though. And in doing that, it got easier and easier. What I typically do is stack them. And what I mean by that is I set aside some time, usually Monday or Tuesday, when it's a little bit slower, and just do several of them and save them in drafts. And that way I'm not having to think about it again.
Smart. That's so smart. Who do you kind of look to for inspiration?
My clients. A lot of times it's the questions that they ask, and I'm like, okay, somebody else is going to ask that. So let's get that same question out so everybody already knows the answer to that. Or agents too, for that matter, they'll come with questions, and I'm like, other agents are going to be asking this. So let's get it to the masses about what is going through other people's head.
I love it. I think that's so important. And I do think that people are starting to get into it a little more than they used to, but it's like you said, some of the newer one or the older ones, right? When it's first new to you, I think that there's, it's hard. It's hard to get started. It can be a little uncomfortable, but it's totally worth it. Have you seen leads through social media?
Absolutely. I mean, that's a large part of where my business comes from, just because of staying, again, top of mind and getting your face out there. And that consistency over and over again is really what drives that.
I love it. Cool. Well, so, all right, let's talk through agents right now. So I know you're getting the word out there to agents through social media and just kind of getting out there in general. Tell us kind of what do you think agents need to equip themselves right now in this market to prepare for the future market?
Building those relationships, because a lot of the industry right now is scrambling because of the ebb and flow that we're experiencing. So building those relationships and not finding a local lender to work with, because those are the ones that are going to be around to make sure that your clients are, or their clients are well taken care of. If they're sending out to, or just trusting whoever that the client brings to them, then that might not be a good relation or a good relationship, a good process. But having that team on your side, it makes it to closing timely. It makes the process a lot easier too.
Yeah,
just pick up the phone and call or text or
yeah. I mean, focusing on the business itself and those processes and making sure that everything is streamlined for when more buyers do flood the market, and hopefully that will happen. So from a higher interest rate perspective right now, what are you talking? What are the conversations with your buyers? You've got the folks that are a little deterred. You probably have some sellers as well, who are like, I don't know, I'm sitting cushy at a 2.5. I don't want to get into the game right now. What conversations are you having that are impactful right now?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds cliche now, but you're dating the rate, but you're marrying the house. We have no promise that rates are going to go back down, but we do, looking at previous data, that the housing market, the appreciation is there, and it is still a better investment to purchase that house than actually still renting. And then with the equity that some of these sellers have, it's sometimes better off for them to sell and consolidate not really consolidate, but pay it off and put in a little bit less on a down payment. And overall, we don't want to just look at the house payment. We want to look at the entire financial picture. And if we can reduce their overall monthly debt, then that's what we're going to do, putting them in a better financial position.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think you're lending forward the insight that will solidify, the biggest financial decisions of their life, assumingly. But yeah, no, I think that's really great. What are some of the top questions you're getting from buyers right now?
When rates are going to go down? No, I mean, we don't have a crystal ball or anything like that to know. But getting an idea of what they can do to prepare to purchase that house, if it is going to be a year or two down the road, and really spending the time to help them improve on their credit or come up with a savings plan. Those are the sorts of things that, apart from the rate questions, that we're still working towards.
I love it. Well, so this isn't the last we're going to hear from you. Lending Forward is getting a whole new look, and you are a part of it. So tell us, what are you most excited? Lend Forward, something you're most excited about?
Yeah, I think that getting to have these conversations and interviewing these other people, these people that have all this industry knowledge and picking their brain and being able to share that is going to be really impactful for everybody that's listening here.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for being a part of it. We are so excited for the future of Lending Forward. And thank you, Cody.
Thank you for having me, Taylor.
Thanks again for listening to the Lending Forward podcast powered by Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. Don't forget to tune in next week and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Remember, we all play a part in lending forward. So go lend something forward today.